Hello, and welcome to the stream of fail. I forgot to change my text. Alright, we're not playing one shot. We are doing another serious topic today. God damn it, people. It's really sad that this has to be discussed in such a way. Even worse so than things like depression and stuff. Hello, Neona, and welcome to the stream of fail. It's just really. I'm gonna share this around. I've been watching a lot of videos today. If anyone's been on my Discord, you'd know because I've started sharing all the videos. As well. Yo, what's up? Hey, NGO Studios, and welcome to the stream of fail. I'm just sharing my link around for a second, and then we'll get down to business, because, oh my god. Sorry, I'll never do that again. Cool. Just that fresh lingo, man. Yeah, because, Jesus Christ, guys. Why is this a thing that has to be said? It shouldn't need to be said. I just don't understand. Right, basically how this is gonna go down. There's this really inspiring person, and she shouldn't have to be inspiring, and it's awful what she's gone through. Hello, Zolene, and welcome to the stream of fail. It's been so long. Yes. And it's awful what she's gone through, and her name is Emma Gonzalez. I'm really sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, but I've been watching a lot of her videos this morning, and she's actively campaigning, well, not really campaigning, I don't think that's the right word, but like actively going out and spreading the word that laws need to be changed. They are ancient, they are just really, why does this need to be said? This should be like automatic. It was automatic for every other country that had something like this. And that's what doesn't get me, is like, Britain's had a mass shooting in a school, and like people voluntarily, like before even the law change, was like, nope, gonna put my gun aside. I don't need that over a child's life. Why does a gun matter more than a child's life? I don't understand. I really don't. Sorry, this might get an emotional video, and I'm gonna get very roaring about it. But what I'm gonna do, I want to draw Emma, because I feel like it needs more attention. She's doing an amazing job at what she's doing already. You just need to get better security. But you only get better security by changing the laws, because the people aren't doing it themselves. But like, everyone is welcome to their own opinion, and like, I get it. Like, having a gun and shooting it around, going to shooting ranges, hunting and all of that sort of stuff. I get it. That could be fun. It's not my cup of tea. But sure, if that's what you want to call fun, go do it. But like, it is not that. If my art was killing people, I would put the art down. Like, how is this a hard choice? It might not be you doing the shooting, but like, just leaving things the way they are is just adding to that. I just can't describe it any other way. Every country is different. There's a lot of mass shootings that some people don't change. But like, literally, Britain had a mass shooting, changed the gun laws rapidly. You needed huge background checks and all of that sort of stuff. Australia also had a mass shooting, did exactly the same thing. Changed the laws. You can't carry a handgun, a concealed weapon. It's not hard. Like, why does it make it so difficult? Oh yeah, because money's involved. And like, one of the things, and I'm having discussions about this with people on like my Discord and stuff like that. One of the things that keeps coming up from people that support having guns is you could do the same amount of damage with a knife. Please explain to me how something that is a ranged weapon can be modified to be automatic and legally modified to be automatic. Like, one of the arguments was, oh, you can't get an automatic handgun. Well, the mass shooter says otherwise. He did it legally, guys. This wasn't like a one thing. Like, it was completely legal. He had a black background check that nothing came up on and stuff like that. It is not good enough. What is going on is not good enough. Like, really. Yeah, exactly. In Australia, you can't carry a gun unless you've got a license. In Britain, it's exactly the same. You also have to do a safety test and a load of other regulations that you have to pass. I did, while I was in South Africa with the university, I did pistol and rifle shooting learning because we were out in the wilderness, in the danger, and if anything were to happen to our guide, and we were being attacked by animals, someone else was gonna have to pick up the gun to protect people. That is what you need a gun for, to protect people. Luckily, nothing like that ever happened to us, but we all had to learn just in case. You don't need a gun. I don't understand why people are so protective about a non-living mechanism to kill people and other things. How are you so attached to it, guys? I just don't understand. There was a video as well that I showed not long ago of this kid who was an actor, and for purposes went into like just a local corner shop, tried to buy cigarettes, he tried to buy alcohol, he tried to buy scratch cards at 13 years old, try and buy scratch cards, and people were like, no, 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 no. Sorry, you're too young, too young, too young. He even tried to buy like a porn magazine, a saucy magazine. They went, no. So we're protecting the kids from the dangers of porn, but we can't protect them from guns. He went into a gun show, walked out with a gun, no background check, no like age check, ID check, I don't know. How? How? You're so restricted on porn, which doesn't kill people, but not with a weapon? How does that make sense? I just don't understand. Maybe it's because I'm British and don't, like, have this unnecessary love for guns. Oh man. The only gun I'm qualified to have is a .22. The great thing is I'm only 14. Exactly. How is that a legal thing? People, you can't, I'll say this again, you can't watch porn, but you could buy a weapon that kills people and organisms. You can't do something that it doesn't hurt someone, but you can do something that does kill people. How? Like, why? Singapore isn't allowed guns. I read a lot about the news about mass shootings. Yeah. A lot of the people that are doing, the thing is, guys, you have to be mentally unstable or seriously fucking angry to do a mass shooting. Like, this kid, for this recent one, threatened his classmates and said that he was gonna kill them. Jesus Christ, when you hear stuff like that, does that not give you goosebumps? Like, holy shit, man. That's seriously, like, why was the weapons not taken away? Like, if in Britain, like, people, like, the argument is like, oh, knives could do the same damage. Yeah, but in Britain, if someone is sending death threats, that's dealt with immediately. All of their weapons get taken off them. If they have sharp knives in the house, they are confiscated. Yes, he could go out and buy new ones, but if he's that bad, a lot of the time he'll get taken in, put into a holding cell of some sort. Just, how? How is this still a problem? There's been so many mass shootings in America, and more guns have been distributed. How does that even make sense? Hi, Guyver, and welcome to the Streamer Fail. Whether they're insane, whether something's happened, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't have a gun. Why do you need a gun? I have never owned a gun in my life, and I'm 24. Yes, I've shot one, but that was in South Africa when my life was at risk. Why? I don't understand why you feel so in need to have one. I just don't get it. Says she's salty. Yes, I am. Oh man, I just do not get it at all. Like, it's just, why, how many times a kid's gonna have to die before someone does something? And I was watching, and I really recommend that people watch this girl's speeches and that. And it's so awful that she has to do this. And straight after what had happened to her, like, kudos, like, she's freaking amazing. I shouldn't take sides, I don't know the shoe story. But how many times, like, history will just continue to repeat itself until you change something. Okay, this is proven by how many times a mass shooting has happened in America, and they've done nothing compared to every other country that has had a mass shooting, and instantly changed the laws. Like, how can you not take sides with that? And it's not even a case of taking sides, it's a case of people are dying. Like, literally. I could not imagine being so terrified to go to school that someone might come in with a gun and fucking go around and shoot everyone. That's freaking awful. It's not a case of waiting, it's a case of going around doing... This girl is freaking amazing. She's gone through something so freaking traumatic and instantly stood up and started doing shit about it. And it's all a case of sharing the material. I'm not in America, but I still feel that it's so important for people to know this stuff. Like, I shared a load of videos this morning on my personal Facebook as well as everything else. And I'm doing this streaming now. It needs to be known. It needs to be talked about. Mind if I have a word in this? Yeah. But I'm not gonna go in VC because I'm already shouty enough, and I feel like if I do go into VC, then I'll just end up being more shouty, and that's not what I want to do. But you can type out what you want, and if it's too big for YouTube, you can type it to be in Discord. But, like, hello, Wafflecopter. No, you're not late. I'm still, like, ranting here. It's being talked about, just not enough, and not enough to the right people. There are there's a march going on the 24th of March, something like that. This stuff like that. This stuff, something needs to be done about it. And yes, we can't change the laws ourselves, and I certainly can't change the laws. I'm not even American. I can't even vote for the people I want to be in Congress to be there. but what I can do is spread the message and do what I can that way and explain to people why I think that change should happen. And I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to explain why change is happening. Hugs. Yeah. And it's not a case, I'm not a gun hater, okay? I've shot a gun, I get it. Like, the adrenaline rush that you get from shooting a gun, cool, fantastic. Go shoot at targets. Whatever. If it means that much to you, and you're so certain that you're not gonna go crazy and start shooting at kids, sure. But you've got to understand these shootings are happening for a reason, and there needs to be something done. Alright, no worries. Do you have a picture of yourself? You could use my live streams? I don't really have that many pictures of just me being me. Yeah. But, oh man. This needs to be talked about more. So many, so many times this has been ignored now. And just watch it. I don't like hearing about it. But, and I don't like watching these things. But it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. And if the way to make it stop is to just beat people over the head with more talking, then that is what's gonna happen. How has nothing been done yet? I just don't understand. Literally every country, the first and last mass shooting that they had was before and after the gun laws changed. I just don't understand how nothing's been done. Stop crashing, Clip Studio. Try to do something. Beat people over the head with the truth. Yeah. So they say the mass shootings will stop, but it doesn't, and they just do nothing about it after the mass shooting. Yeah, they all send their thoughts and prayers with the survivors. Those guys are freaking traumatized for the rest of their life. Your thoughts and prayers are gonna do massively for them. But you know what these survivors want? They want it to not happen to someone else because they know how horrific it is for themselves. Holy shit, man. I'm sorry, and I get really emotional because people shouldn't have to go through that. And I have huge empathy, just in general anyway. Someone shouldn't be there to tell you that a thing that kills is something that not everyone should be entitled to. Is this about America? Yes. Hugs. You shouldn't be hugging me. This should not be a conversation that happens. Why is it a conversation that happens? Because no one's freaking done anything about it. And the people that need to do stuff are the people that are getting paid freaking money from the people that make the guns to shut up about it, to not do anything about it. Because you know what happens? When these laws come in to protect the people, people stop buying guns. Where if you make these mass shootings do mass amounts of money for the gun companies. Like, literally, it does. It does mass amounts of money for the companies with guns because you know what happens when people get scared and nothing happens? They start arming up. They start buying guns. This is exactly what the gun companies want. Seriously. And they're just paying away the president and stuff like that so that they can keep selling their weapons that kill people. Oh, man. It just annoys me. It really does annoy me so much that people are so defensive about an inanimate object that has no feelings. When you give the gun in, like, it doesn't cry. It has no emotions, but the people that are getting killed by this inanimate object that is being controlled by a human being that shouldn't have a weapon, it's killing people. He doesn't care what happens to his citizens. Yeah, well, he cares about his wealth and fame. Indeed. This is fucked up. They should do something about it. People just can't sit in fear. I can't imagine what it would feel like to not be able to go to school. Like, school is like, people either love it or hate it, and they love it and hate it for different reasons. I love the learning aspect of school because I love to learn things, and I said this in my video yesterday. I love learning things. I could not imagine being so scared that someone might come in with a gun and shoot people in the place that I want to be in because I want to learn. It's just... It is so dangerous. Like, I don't understand how nothing's been done. Like, oh man, you should really watch this girl's videos. Her name is Emma. Where's it gone? Emma Gonzalez, and she's done some amazing videos. And oh my god, she's so inspiring. Like, Jesus. I highly recommend watching her videos. She poses and she talks to the representative of the NRA, and it poses some very, very good arguments and questions towards them. Some things are being done, a few people support them. This is why we need to do stuff like this. This is why we need to call the government out on the bullshit. Our school went into lockdown because a drunk person came in and started yelling. See, I would much rather a drunk person start wandering around the school than any guy with a gun. Or girl with a gun. Anyone with a gun. Let's just not have the gun as an option for someone coming into the school. Like, Jesus Christ. When we do fire drills and stuff like that in school, like, it's something that everyone's just like, eh. It's something that may happen, and if it does happen, it's awful, but, like, you don't really think about it when you do the fire drill, because it's a fire drill, it's taking you out of class, and yay. But, like, imagine doing a gun drill where that could actually happen. Like, oh my god, I really don't... I don't get why the people are not being listened to. Because, like, people are talking about this. People are shouting about it. And they're not being listened to by the people that could actually change their lives. It's like, you could prevent so many deaths from happening, and you don't pick that option because your pocket is full of money. Fucking shame on you. Like, how is that even worth it? Hi JJ Arts, welcome to the stream of fail. Currently, a serious topic again. Ugh. It's just, I don't understand. But it needs to be talked about. Because the problem is like, these things will happen and then everyone's just like, talks about it for a while and then just, it gets ignored and it gets put down until the next time it happens. It doesn't get talked about. Nothing changes because in a few weeks, this will all be forgotten about. And it won't matter anymore. And that's just awful. And then you have to wait until the next person goes crazy in school with a gun. How does this keep happening? Why is it still happening? I just don't understand. I really don't. Oh man. But I'm so glad. I hate the fact that these guys have to stand up, but I'm so glad that they are. It's so important to stand up for stuff like this. Because if you don't do it, then who is? Like, these guys warned the police. They warned the people around them because they knew this guy was dangerous. They had death threats from this guy, and nothing happened. I think it's gun madness these days. Oh, there was a graph. Hang on, let me see if I find this graph. What is it? Graph of guns owned in countries versus mass shootings. Where's that graph? Can't find it. It was on one of the videos that I saw this morning. I would, but I'm bad at speeches. It's not something, you don't need to talk. The thing is, like, when I say talk about it, I don't mean go create a video and release it to the internet of your own thoughts and feelings. Go and share stuff. Sharing this girl's video and his speeches will help because it means people are listening, people are reading, and you don't know, someone that follows your stuff might see it, but but would have not seen it if you hadn't shared it. Have a good day. Alright, no worries. Just, it has to be done more. Oh man. I can't, like, it's so surreal. This belongs in a freaking movie, not in real life. Like, why is this a thing that has to be discussed? That just really saddens me. Yeah. Yeah, Australia were really quick about the gun laws. So were Britain. Japan also. I don't think Japan's ever had a mass shooting. Oh yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually done any research on it, but yeah, and it's so sad that these guys. She was saying in a video that they have to make watertight political arguments for something that is to do with their lives, something that they've been through. They have to make everything politically correct for a traumatic event of someone shooting at them. And they're still not being listened to by the people that need to listen to them. If anyone wants to join me in a rat video, just better be honest, DM me. If Sashi doesn't mind. Yeah, no, sure. That's more things. Yes, we are proud Australians. Good. It's the one thing that I'm actually proud to be part British for, is the fact that we don't have this problem, because when it happened, it was so awful that the people went No, and even the people in power went, no, we're not gonna let this happen again. So why don't we remove the things to stop it being so freaking easy? Oh man. Yes, if someone is crazy and dead set on killing people, they will find a way to kill people. But why make it easy? This is my question to you guys. Why make it easy for them to kill? I, I just don't get it. Like, yes, there will always be crazy people. They will always be someone that wants to harm others. But why are we making it easy for them? In all the other countries, like, I don't think that people I don't think the gun lovers that are really holding on to the guns actually understand that when people say let's ban guns, what they're not saying is let's take all of the guns away from all of the people. People in the UK still have guns. They still go hunting. They still do the recreational stuff that you can do with a gun. People in Australia still have a gun. People in Japan still have a gun. It's not something that it doesn't take away the thing that you enjoy unless you're crazy and don't need it. Wait. Oh, she broke again. Oh. Yeah, you just, and that's what I do. I think what the gun lovers think, and they're so protective of their guns and stuff, is like, it is that they think that their hobby that they enjoy is now gonna be gone forever. I tell you so, we have the strict laws in the UK. And my mum's partner still owns a gun. He has a gun license. He's had the background check. He's done the training and the safety. He has a gun. Do you know what I don't feel? I don't feel unsafe around him because he's had background checks and I know he's not going to go around shooting people. Like, even police that go on truthful. Yeah, that's another thing that came up. Was like, oh, but wouldn't you want police to have guns? No! I don't want anyone to have a gun. How about we all put the automatic weapons down? Even the non-automatic weapons. Put them down. They kill too easily. Like, oh man, you don't need it. Like, when I went to, when I was coming back and forth to Germany looking for houses and stuff, I stopped in Amsterdam airport, Cardiff airport I went to, and Basel, and there were guys with huge guns, and like they were military, and it gave me such a heart attack, and instantly I felt unsafe. Like it was a guys in uniform with guns that were semi-automatic, and I'm there feeling unsafe. Like, it was lucky those guys were there because a guy came in later with a knife and started stabbing at people, like, literally the day after I left Amsterdam. Was it Amsterdam? I think, yeah. And that happened, but they were able to put him down in that. But, like, you don't need a gun to put down people. You just don't need it. And it's freaking, like, how looking at a gun doesn't scare the living shit out of you, I don't know. It's too many things can go wrong too quickly, and there's no time to think. You don't need to think to pull a trigger. It can be an automatic reaction, and that's the dangerous bit of it. If you give someone that believes, like, it doesn't matter if they believe they're doing the right thing, you give them something that you can kill someone very easily, it's really hard to not. Like, they're in danger. It's really hard to not defend yourself in the best way that you think you can, which is usually putting the other person down. It's true. The guns don't do the killing. The people do. But why we? I don't get why are we making it easy. And the guns don't create wars, but why? Well, the funniest thing was people were like, "Oh, knives can do just as much damage," and I'm like, "Well, why aren't we using knives in the battlefield as our primary weapon?" Oh yeah, because they don't. They're not as efficient as a gun killing a lot of people. That's why we don't use knives in the weapon. We have them as a secondary weapon, and that's if someone gets close up and personal with you, because it's a close-ranged weapon. Guns are ranged. The reason they're so effective in wars is because you can kill someone at a distance. Something you can't do with a knife. We'd still have wars. Taking guns away wouldn't end wars or anything stupid like that because people still want money. They still want to sell web. There are people. Bearing in mind, every single weapon that's created has to have a creator. That creator has to get paid. If we don't buy the weapons, that creator doesn't get paid. They suddenly don't have a job. Can you see why these people are so fixed on keeping things the way they are? Because they like being able to sell weapons. They like having a job to sell weapons. I could not make a weapon and not know where it's gonna go. And it's like, how they can sleep at night, I don't know. Hello, not focus. Welcome to the stream of fail. But, oh yeah, Jesus. It's just, I don't understand why people are so clingy to an inanimate object that doesn't have feelings compared to lives of other people. Like, how does that even measure up? I really don't understand. Hey, let's change old guns for water guns. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, America is confusing these days. Yeah, I just don't get it. I literally don't understand. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, boom. Put that down there. Let's make some light not happen. Oh my god, the stream lives once again. Maybe I'm too angry, the stream keeps on breaking. Think. Oh. I think people should think about how they feel if they were in that situation. Yeah, some people do, but what you get is the people who go, if I was in that situation, I'd take out my gun and shoot back. No, you don't. I just don't understand. I really don't. Can't draw an eye. But like you don't know how you would act in a situation. Go away. No. I'm busy. Grr. Timetable. Messed up again today. These last few weeks have not been good with keeping to my timetable. But it doesn't matter, there are more things important. Sashi EXE is shut down. Yep. Just, just really don't understand. Sashi's sanity EXE shut down. Indeed. I've lost my sanity trying to make sense of why people are so clingy to an inanimate object that kills things. You know. That was his whole purpose in life. That was why it was made. Was to kill things. Why are we clinging to an inanimate object? So she go drink tea or something. I have a drink here. I'm actually gonna put it to my face because it's quite cold. I have a feeling that my cheeks are really, really red. Because they failed to kill a bear with a spoon. I'm sure if you're determined enough, you can kill a bear with a spoon. In fact, you might even get internet famous. Go do that instead of hugging your gun. There's, man. I just really, I don't get it. How... I can't even, like... I just don't. Why is it something that needs to be talked about? It should never need to be talked about. It is so sad that it's got to the position where the people straight after the traumatic event have to stand up and go, guys, this could have been prevented if we had stricter gun laws. Why do they need to say that? They shouldn't need to say that. They should be grieving. They shouldn't even be grieving because this shouldn't happen. Says your cheeks are red. Let's call you Red Sashi Hood next time. Okay, sure. Just seeing a comment on my chat to the videos that I posted. Maybe you could petition to raise the tax for ammo or make reloading illegal. Or we could do what every other country's done, because it seems to work, because they haven't had a mass shooting since they've done it. And we could stop being so protective about an inanimate object that kills things. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know, maybe it's a crazy idea. Crazy idea that people can't put down an inanimate object that kills things. The gun laws need to be fixed. Yes. I heard they expelled the person. Yeah, they expelled the person, and there were numerous accounts when the school complained and the students complained to the local authorities that this guy was unstable and he was threatening people. He was giving them texts, I'm gonna come in and kill you. I don't know how many more warning signs do you want? Like, when the students found out who was doing the shooting in the school, they were not surprised. It's, this is the thing, like, it's just what the people don't understand. The people that have guns and reckon that they're not going to go crazy, what they don't understand is that stricter gun laws does not take away their gun. It takes away the guns from the crazy people that are going to shoot your kids. Or yourself if you are a kid. That's who it takes away the guns from. Like, someone's threatened to stab me with a pen. I suggest telling the teacher. Yeah, there's literally no laws that help the police take someone in until they've done the actual harm to people. So until that guy actually attacks someone, the police can't do anything. They can't take away his guns. They can't take away any other weapon from him. Sesh, get another drink. No. I'm talking. Free. I'm just, I'm gonna call this picture BS. One of his statement, well, one of her many statements is just like, to anyone that thinks these couldn't have been prevented, BS. And it was a load of stuff like that, and it was so powerful. God, she's so strong. You're gonna need the other drink. Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. She is so strong, but it's so sad that she needs to be. She shouldn't need to be, she shouldn't need to be strong. She should be a kid. The thing that she should be worried about is if she's revised enough on the tests to get all the answers correctly. She shouldn't be worried about if a student is gonna come into her school and shoot her and her friends. That's not someone anyone should worry about. Like, seriously. Why is it so important to have a gun? I really don't, I don't understand. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm drinking. I have a lot of drink. It's fine. Oh. I can't believe that this is a thing that and the people are still like defending as if people are literally going to your house and taking away your favorite toy. Why are you so attached to it? I don't understand, America. No, I don't. Mm-mm. Like, again, sorry for having such a not nice stream. Yesterday we were talking about depression, today we're talking about shootings, and why America won't give a damn about its students. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Sashi, I tagged you on something on Facebook. Please take a look at it when you get a chance. Okay. My Facebook isn't loading. I don't see the tag. Ouch, I just clicked my ankle. Man, I wish this wasn't a topic on my channel. I really do. What do you slushy brush page? Are you using a tablet? I'm using a graphics tablet, yes. I'm gonna make a vid. Okay, cool. Yeah, like, literally, guys, the way to help with this is to share the videos that are already made. Make your own video and share that as well. The more people that get it shoved in their face, maybe one day they'll actually click and be like, oh, maybe we need to do something about this. People are really angry. I wonder why. Says you stream Killing Floor 2 someday. I did stream that for my Valentine's stream. That video was a few days ago. I can't find what you've tagged my Facebook page in. So maybe, can you post it to my page? Casually stares at Fabi and go get a new towel. Stop gun violence. Exactly. Hello, Matt, and welcome to the stream of fail. Yeah, I've basically been ranting for the last nearly an hour. Wow. No, not an hour. Wait, I need to refresh this page. Correction, more gun laws. No. What you don't understand. Stopping gun violence and having more gun laws are the same thing. just look at that. Just that sentence. Stop gun violence. More gun laws. They're the same thing. We're all on the same side here. No one wants to see people dead. I don't know why people are so fixed on being on one side of or the other. We don't want people to die. Let's all be on the same side and make things safe. Sophie, I posted it on your page. Cool. What is this? Would you want me to watch it now? Shall I watch it on live stream? Let's watch it on live stream. It looks like something that needs to be watched. What am I doing? Boop. Oh, no. There you go. Let's... Oh. Can I open that? I wanna... No. Shh. Ah, what are you doing, Facebook? Stop. Shh. What I actually wanted was the... the actual video so I can make it full screen. Right, there you go. I got it. Okay. Whoa, 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 stop. Alright, I found the longer video, alright? Shh. Don't play. Wait a minute. My sister was in that Florida school when the shooting happened. It's just terrifying. It is absolutely awful. I mean, it really, really freaking grates on me when people are like, oh, nothing could have happened. Everyone was warning about this kid. He was sending death threats. How was that not listened to? Like, I'm really sorry. I really feel for your friend's sister. Like, that's awful. Alright, I'm gonna watch this. Yeah. It really annoys me that this is something that needs to be talked about. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. I'm gonna just play it. Oh, can you play? Do I need to refresh the page? Let's refresh the page. Prepare for tears, Sashi.
We begin tonight with the bravery and the raw emotion on full display late today at the White House as families, parents who lost children in the deadly school shooting sat just a few feet away from President Trump, pleading for something to be done. And it wasn't only parents who lost sons and daughters in Parkland, Florida. There were families from Newtown, from Columbine, among others. Students who lost friends, one of them saying he could not believe it's just been a week, saying time is frozen along with the pain. The president listening as parent after parent asked the president to do something. One father who lost his daughter asking the president how many schools, how many children have to get shot. The father saying it stops here with this administration. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
For nearly an hour, the president sat, mostly silent, listening to the horrific first-hand accounts of senseless violence. Justin Gruber was hiding in a closet and texting his father as his classmates were gunned down in Parkland, Florida.
And I was born into a world where I never got to experience safety and peace. There needs to be a significant change in this country because this has to never happen again. And people should be able to feel that when they go to school, they can be safe.
His father begging the president to do something.
It's not political, it's a human issue. People are dying. And we have to stop this. We have to stop. If he's not old enough to buy a drink, to go and buy a beer, he should not be able to buy a gun at 18 years old.
Exactly.
That's just common sense. We have to.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the video there. This is literally a video. Go look it up. A 13-year-old buys a gun, and it was done as a test. And he went into a load of different stores trying to buy alcohol, trying to buy cigarettes. He tried to buy a porn magazine. He tried to buy scratch cards. He went into a gun show. He got a gun within 5 minutes. "13 years old can't gamble with a scratch card, but can go buy a gun. He can't look at porn, which doesn't hurt anyone, but he can go buy a gun. He can buy modifications for it. This last shooter modified his gun to be an automatic. Legally. That's the thing that's crazy. He done it legally. Like, this wasn't just some kid that was like trying to use fake ID and stuff and get all the things together. He did it legally. He was able to modify his gun to be a fucking automatic. But he's not old enough to drink alcohol. Nah. Alcohol is too dangerous for the child. Porn is too dangerous for the child. Scratch cards are too dangerous for the child. It corrupts their minds. But a gun? Nah, that's fine. Let's give every child a fucking gun. How does that make sense, people? I mean, I always thought it was weird that you could have sex before watching porn. In the UK, you can have sex at the age of 16 with people in your own peer group and stuff, or like a few years older and things like that. But you couldn't watch or make porn until you were 18. Why not just bump that age up or meet in the middle at 17? I think 17 would be a good age to just kind of do everything. I don't know. But, like, really, they can't buy a scratch card, but they can buy a gun and make it semi-automatic and automatic. Just let that sink in for a minute. You can't buy a scratch card. Gonna use the same gun in Vegas and Sandy Hook. It's fucking awful. America, seriously, your guns do not matter as much as the lives of children. As well. You've banned Kinder Egg surprises, but not a gun? Because the Kinder Egg toys could be a risk to kids and teens, but a gun isn't? I can't wrap my head around it. It's mind-blowing. Okay, I'm gonna continue watching.
Common sense. Please, Mr. Trump. These are things we have to do. We gotta do something about this. We cannot have our children die.
Andrew Pollock's 18-year-old daughter, Meadow, was one of the 17 killed at Stoneman Douglas High School last week. Mr. Pollock stood with his sons beside him.
We're here because my daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. Shot 9 times on the 3rd floor.
This happened a week ago, and this guy is speaking about it. Why is he speaking a week after his child dies? Jesus.
We, as a country, failed our children. This shouldn't happen. We go to the airport. I can't get on a plane with a bottled water, but we leave it. Some animal could walk into a school and shoot our children. It's just not right, and we need to come together as a country and work on what's important, and that's protecting our children in the schools. That's the only thing that matters right now. Everyone has to come together and not think about different laws. We need to come together as a country, not different parties, and figure out how do we protect the schools. How many schools, how many children have to get shot? It stops here with this administration and me. I'm not gonna sleep until it's fixed. All this school shootings. It doesn't make sense. Fix it. Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it.
Fucking right. Every other country.
Because my daughter, I'm not gonna see again. She's not here. She's not here. She's in North Lauderdale at whatever it is, King David Cemetery. That's where I go to see my kid now. And it stops. We all work together and come up with the right idea, and it's school safety. That's it. No other discussions. Security, whatever we have to do. Get the right people, the consultants. These are our commodities. I'm never going to see my kid again. I want you all to know that. Never, ever will I see my kid. That's how I want it to sink in. It's eternity. My beautiful daughter, I'm never going to see again. And it's simple. It's not, we could fix it.
Samuel Zeif was texting with his brother a floor above as the gunman murdered one of their classmates.
I turned 18 the day after. Woke up to the news that my best friend was gone. And I don't understand why I could still go in a store and buy a weapon of war. An AR. I was reading today that a person 20 years old, walked into a store and bought an AR-15 in 5 minutes with an expired ID. How is it that easy to buy this type of weapon? How do we not stop this after Columbine, after Sandy Hook? I'm sitting with a mother that lost her son.
Then the president heard from Nicole Hockley, whose 6-year-old son Dylan was among the 20 children murdered in Sandy Hook.
This is not difficult. These deaths are preventable. And I implore you, consider your own children. You don't want to be me. No parent does. And you have the ability to make a difference and save lives today. Please don't waste this.
After the stories were told, the president asked for ideas to stop the violence in schools.
And one possible solution, which may not be very popular, would be to have people in the school, teachers, administrators, who have volunteered to have a firearm
No,
safely locked.
that is not an option. Let's not add more guns. America, why do you have this tendency to add fire to the fire? Oh man. Just, there was a teacher that posted up recently that I am a teacher. I am not a bodyguard. Would I lay down my life for my children? Yes. But do I want to carry around a dangerous weapon that could end up being used against them? Fuck no. I just don't understand. No, you don't need to make, one of the things was, they were like, we need to lock down on schools, we need to start searching every child as they come in, and I was there like, that's not a school, it's a fucking prison camp. Why? It's so easy to stop this from happening. The entire country needs to come together and fix it, not different states. Fix it as a country. Everyone else did. Like, sorry for your friend.
In the classroom, who are given training throughout the year.
It was an idea the president seemed to like. He brought up assistant coach Aaron Feist, who died shielding his students from gunfire last week.
If the coach had a firearm in his locker when he ran
or take away the gun from the original person. This isn't hard. Oh,
God. If he had a firearm, he wouldn't have had a run. He would have shot, and that would have been the end of it.
The president asked for a show of hands.
Does anybody like that idea here? Does anybody like it? Right? Yes?
No. Take away the gun. The problem is the person. Don't make it easy for the person to kill.
Strongly against it. All right. I mean, look, we can understand both sides, and certainly it's controversial, but we'll study that along with many other ideas.
The father of one of the Sandy Hook victims stood up, saying his wife is a teacher, and this is just too much pressure.
Good,
I
yes.
tell you that school teachers have more than enough responsibilities right now than to have the awesome responsibility of lethal force to take a life.
No one wants to take a life. No one wants to pull a frickin' trigger. Like, to take someone's life is something that stays with you forever. Ask anyone that's taken a life. I know people that have been in the military and stuff, and they still have nightmares about it. And they believed that they were doing the right thing at the time. This isn't a crazy person. This is someone that was defending and believing they were doing the right thing, and they get traumatized by it. Like, why can't we just take away the gun? Why is that such a problem for people?
Remarkable and moving scene.
Seriously.
In the newsroom, along with millions of Americans at home late It's a very rare thing to invite so many families to the White House to get that kind of time with the president, but it also invites considerable pressure now to act.
An incredibly powerful scene, David. Although the president was silent for most of it, he did talk about potential actions on guns. He vowed to improve the
Sashi, no, I'm gonna start crying. I'm sorry, but like this needs to, stuff needs to be done about this.
Raising the age of purchase. As you know, right now you just need to be 18 to buy an AR-15 assault weapon. He is considering raising that age.
Hang on. Let's just think about this for a second. 18 to buy an assault weapon, but a 13-year-old was able to purchase it at a gun show. Also, the age of drinking, consuming alcohol, is 21. Why can you legally get a gun, something that fires projectiles at a fast and long range, but you can't drink alcohol? For another 3 years after. How does that even make sense? Now the 13-year-old that I'm talking about is a test that was done by another news place where they literally had a 13-year-old that was being honest about his age. He wasn't even lying. He didn't have fake ID. He was being honest about his age in every single scenario he was put in. He tried to buy cigarettes. He tried to buy scratch cards. He tried to buy porn magazines and alcohol. Denied for all of those. Being honest about his age, not even lying. Went to a gun show, honest for his age. He walked out with a gun within 5 minutes. You can buy a gun before you are allowed to drink. Alcohol. Yes, alcohol can make people violent, providing you have the situation and stuff. But in moderation, alcohol isn't a devil. Like, in moderation, and when you're with a group of friends, it can be really fun. But when is a gun fun? I'm not sure. Why can you buy a gun younger than you can drink alcohol? Alcohol doesn't kill people unless you drink it in excess. So then the only person you're killing is yourself. You're a fucking idiot.
That's something that may put him right up against the NRA. The NRA is already out with a statement opposing that. But as the president,
it's different in Australia. It's different in Britain as well.
David, the world is watching.
And in Europe. So in
We're going to do something about this.
No, fuck off, Trump. Shut up, asshat. You can't fucking pretend that you care about the people and then not fucking do anything about it, but arm people. Or suggest to arm people. Fuck off, mate. Just really... Yeah, in the UK, you can have an alcoholic drink with your parents, with a meal, at the age of like 14 or 15, with your parental consent, and you can only have one drink. Then when you're 18, you can have alcohol and drink as much as you like. But you also over here, bearing in mind, you also over here in England, you can buy a gun at 18. You see? You don't need to up the age limit. What you need to do is work on the controlling bit. For fuck's sake. Sashi's anger. I'm pure fucking rage. Because this should not be happening. People should not have to stand up and be so fucking amazing and brave because their friends have fucking died. Like... Jesus Christ, people. When when a terrorist and stuff attacks, people act instantly. But when it's our own frickin' children, we can't do anything? Or you can't do anything, America? Fuck off. That's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. I had alcohol once under parent supervision. Like, alcohol is not a big deal. Buying a thing that could kill people, that's a big deal. I'll tell you a story. When I was in school, doing my GCSEs, I was 15 or 16, and I went into a corner shop. I was doing art in GCSEs, and I tried to buy scissors, glue, Pritt stick, and some colored card and normal paper because I was making a poster for art. I wasn't allowed to buy the Pritt stick and scissors. I didn't have ID on me to prove that I wasn't over 12 and I wasn't allowed to buy the Pritt stick and scissors. This is what you need to do, people! As annoyed as I was back then, like, I understand. People were doing weird shit with Pritt stick in my town, and, like, trying to eat it and stuff, so, like, I understand they wanted to stop that from happening. A pair of scissors. I think someone had recently, like, a few weeks or months beforehand, went into school with a pair of scissors and wanted to try and stab people with them. And again, town instantly went, okay, nope. You need ID for that and stuff. This is what you need to do. Make it hard. Why are we making it easy for the crazies to get weapons? Trump has all the power, he needs to change that. Oh yeah, but what does Trump care about? Money from the NRA. No shooting. That's good. Yes. Just, oh my word. I don't get why this is such, why this has gone on for so long, why so many people have already died because of it. Like, I believe when Obama was in power, he put in a load of restrictions for, those with mental illnesses. It was, really hard for them to purchase, guns and stuff. And then Trump, instant he gets into power, he takes that away. Which that may or may not have stopped the current recent killings. Good job, bro. You know it was a stupid decision. But why did you do it? Because that's where the money is. You fucking dick. I don't. Why is money worth more than someone's life? I don't understand. When mass shootings used to happen, when Obama was in power, he used to cry. Like, be absolutely distraught at the possibility, and he had kids, and at the possibility that his kids weren't safe. In their own school. Like, he literally used to cry. Did you see how much emotion Trump had on his face in the fucking video where his parents are literally pouring their hearts out, saying that their children they've literally died. A week. Even suicide is also caused by guns. Yeah, well the thing is with suicide and that, it's a lot harder to do it with anything else that isn't quick. So to like, even to hang yourself, or if you wanted to take pills to do it, or if whatever way you're gonna do it, all of the ways take time. A gun doesn't. A gun takes a pull of the trigger. You have no time to think. There is no time to reconsider. It's just boom, done. You have it's gone. You're second guessing, non-existent, and you have no chance to make your life better. So yeah, suicide will be more with guns, just purely because it's so quick. And probably relatively painless if you get it right, but you have no chance then to make anything better for yourself. I don't get why it's such a big thing. Like, people think that they're getting their stuff taken away from them, and what they don't understand is that like, everyone is kind of on the same side because no one wants their freaking kids to die. It is, Sashi. It's just, I'm so ashamed that it needs to be talked about. Like, it shouldn't ever be a conversation. It's just so sad. And I really do feel for the people that are going through it, especially when they're freaking doing all these talks. And the media loves to freaking eat these stories up like it's candy. And they just care for the clicks and the views. And no one's actually doing anything to help. I know this is off topic, but recently, my school, some kid committed suicide, and the school didn't speak a word about it to nobody. See? Just breathe, Sashi. That's the thing, like, we need to start talking more. The reason the schools don't want to talk, and I said this in my last video, my video I did yesterday about depression. If the school is not listening and doing something, go to the easiest source that will actually bring it to light. The reason the school doesn't want to come out about it is because it makes the school look bad. Then they get less funding, less people going there, less parents want to send their kids there, etc., etc. It looks bad on the school. That is what the school cares about. If you go to the media with it, that's even worse. That literally shows it. Instead of being in like the school's the local paper or something, it's now spread across an entire state, or sometimes even country, depending on how bad the situation was. And schools don't want that. So if the more you go to the media when something happens like that in your school, if you're being bullied to the point that you feel suicidal and stuff, if you go to a media and get it in the news, even if it's just in your local area, your school is going to be forced to do something about it. The school does not want the reputation that his kids are suicidal, or bullies, or getting killed. The school does not want that. It looks really bad on the school. Get it in the fucking news. It's the one time I'll actually agree that news is freaking good. Use it. Like, like, really. If the school isn't talking about it, then you need to do it. And I'm gonna drink because, holy shit. I'm so amazed and astounded by the people that are standing up. But you shouldn't have to. I'm so sorry for those guys. They shouldn't have to stand up. They shouldn't have to have gone through that. This all could have been prevented if something already had happened. And it's just awful. It really is. I really, really hope that they're actually gonna do something about it this time. I really hope they do. And if enough people speak up about it, then they can't shut us up. Don't be silenced by something that could help someone in the future. It's just, it really is ridiculous that this needs to be talked about. Why do you need to be told that guns, something that shoots people, should be regulated? I'm disappointed in America. I am as well. And I'm so proud, though, of the people that are standing up and are not taking this bullshit anymore. It shouldn't have needed to got to this point. I kind of want to DM Donald Trump on Twitter. I don't think you can. But what you can do is share videos that you find about it. This girl does amazingly. This freaking girl hit all of the points freaking amazingly. I shared it on my Discord. Go check out my Discord. Share those videos again. It needs to be listened to. It really does. This needs to be spread around more. People are so focused and engrossed these days, that they're just ignoring what is going on right in front of them. And it's ending in people dying. To ignore it is ending in people's lives. Why, like, I don't understand why this is something that needs to be talked about. And why something hasn't been done earlier. Like, seriously, people. It's just awful. And when I post up this picture, I want people to share it as well. If you see it, share it. The more times it gets shared, the more people go and actually look it up. I wouldn't have looked this up today if this didn't come to me from someone else. Someone else shared the video on YouTube, on Facebook, and I clicked it. I wouldn't have clicked it, and I wouldn't have known what was going on because I'm an ignorant person and I don't look for these stuff. If it wasn't for someone sharing the video with me. Share the videos, share the pictures, share the stories that come from this. Sashi, what color is Sashi's shorts? Sashi's shorts, like, black with blue stripes down them. Like, same as Sans' shorts, but the same color as his ears. I'm gonna go and eat pizza soon. Okie dokes, no worries. I'm gonna do this until I finish it. Essentially, so maybe I'll still be here when you're done. Yes, I really just don't understand why nothing's been done earlier. I don't get it. Haven't eaten nothing. Well, I've had breakfast. I should probably make food at some point, but this is more important. This is so much more important. I can eat at any time. I'm so disappointed. I'm not a gun hater or anything, but just look at the lives it's destroying because people want to hold on to it. And it's not, like, what they don't realize is they don't have to. Like I said, people in Britain, Australia, Japan, they have guns. When we say ban guns, we're saying the exact same thing as those that like guns when they say, no, regulation needs to be stricter. We're saying the exact same thing, guys. Let's work on the same side. Like, really? We're literally saying the same thing. It's just we're saying it differently. Just have a breather. I did not want this to be a topic that I'd have to talk about, but it needs to be talked about. It can't be ignored. I hate the fact that there are people that have lost their best friends, their families, just because people are so protective about an inanimate object that has the potential to kill people. I really don't understand where all this protective shit comes from for it. Oh man. I've literally been talking for like an hour and a half non-stop. Pretty much. Oh man. I'm just shocked that this is a thing that needs to be talked about. Like, surely this is obvious. Oh man. I don't like doing things without hair. It's really hard to draw. God damn it. Emma, why? I just can't get it right. Fuck me. The annoying thing as well is like those that are outside of America just kind of like, oh, that's America's problem. America has to deal with it. No, this stuff that we can do too. We can put pressure on the American government to go do something about it. If we could write to our representatives and our politicians and go, We need to do something about it. It's getting ridiculous. We can restrict their trading with us. We can do a lot of things like that until they change their laws. And that's how anyone outside of America can help. Put pressure on your local government to put pressure on the bigger local government, the bigger government, to go do something about this. We can give the people their voices. I'm so knackered already. I've done so much crying this morning, just watching the videos that I watched and shared on the Discord chat. Just doing that, and it's just so ridiculous that this needs to be done. But so. I really don't understand people's clinginess to guns. Every other country that has had a mass shooting, on the first time that they had a mass shooting, the entire country went, nope. Our kids' lives matter more than our need for everyone to have a firearm. And that was the majority of the country turning around and making that decision and then putting in the laws to stop that from happening again. And it didn't take away the guns from those that had guns as their hobby, those that wanted to go out hunting. It didn't take away their guns. It prevented people that are crazy from getting the guns and getting hold of something that is easy to kill people with. I don't know why gun lovers see this whole anti-gun movement as a threat to them, unless they know that they're secretly crazy and want to go out and shoot people. Is that it? Because I know that that's not true. We're all on the same side here. No one wants to see their kids hurt. No one wants to see them so scared that they can't go to school. And if you do, then you shouldn't frickin' have kids, man. I can't do this. Instead of focusing so much on why you should have guns and defending the Second Amendment, why don't we focus more on stopping what's killing the children? That might be a good idea, you know. Just in general. Oh man, Waffle Cup did. That's amazing. Oh man. I'm sorry for ranting for so long, but this really wound me up so much this morning. And I've had so many chats on my Discord about it. I'm gonna save this image. Yeah. She says no. That could be my thumbnail for the next rant I do. There's no doubt the world will disappoint me again. But you can... I'm so tired, and I just can't wrap my head around the fact that this is going on. This really is, it's something that belongs in a horror story, not in a child's life. You should never have to like step forward and be as amazing as a lot of the people have been in this, like Emma. You shouldn't have to. Why are people having to do this? It just makes no sense. It really doesn't. Yeah. Sorry if I go silent every now and again. I'm absolutely exhausted about having to do this topic. I hate it. I really do. It should never have to be spoken about. These kids shouldn't be worried about their own lives. They should be worried about if they've studied enough. They should be worried about if the kid that they fancies them back. They should be worried about if they've invited enough people to their party. Not if the next day this crazed kid from their class that has threatened them a lot of times is gonna come in. Is this gonna be the day that they come in? You should just, I just don't understand. I really feel, and I feel so lucky to have never have to have gone through that, and with hope never will go through that, and I hope that no one else has to go through that. It's just, it's so upsetting. So close to finishing the line out. Nearly done. She looks super serious, which is good. I was worried that my style was gonna make it too cartoony, but I think it's okay. Oh man, I can't believe that's a thing. It really does. It belongs in a movie. Again, sorry that this is a video that I'm doing, but I can't ignore this. You guys know that I'm not one for freaking ignoring things. In general, anyway, I tend to be straight up and brute force things. But this should never be a topic. I'm so sorry for anyone that knows people that are going through it. And I am gonna do my best to not let this be silenced. It can't be silenced anymore. It's not possible. It's too much, right, Sashi? It is too much. It's way too much. Why are the kids having to speak about their friends dying to try and be heard? Oh man, it's just awful. I really don't understand. I don't think I want to understand what's going through their heads when they're discussing this. How can, like, oh, maybe we should arm more people. No, or we could take the guns away from the crazy people. How about that? How about we prevent instead of trying to get ready and prepare ourselves for something that could happen? Why don't we work on the prevention instead? That's what everyone else does. Why is it so difficult for America to do it too? Oh. In a world so big with some things so small, nothing has to be beautiful. Brutal. Nothing has to be brutal, nothing at all. Indeed. And like, for anyone that is thinking about going to do a mass shooting, like, I highly doubt that they'd click on this video anyway. But really, life is not that bad. It's not. It's not bad enough for you to take the lives of people. I don't believe that anything is bad enough for that. Also, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Oh man. I need to breathe more. That'd be good. It's just so tense. It's so ridiculous that it's got this far. And I absolutely hate the fact that there are kids having to stand up pretty much moments after the event and go, guys, this could have been stopped, but nobody listened before. And it could have been stopped. There were so many warnings about this kid. And I love how the first thing that people go to when they are defending their right to have a gun is, oh, the kids should have been more vocal. They should have told the police. Well, they fucking did, and he managed to still legally purchase a gun, modify it to be auto-fucking-matic. Your argument has no standing here. Wait a minute. America banned chocolate surprise egg for a choking hazard, but not guns. Say guns are more... Exactly, I spoke about this literally like 2 seconds ago. We've banned Kinder Egg toys. Oh, but not a gun. Just let that sink in a bit. Kinder Egg toys are too dangerous because they're a choking hazard to an individual. Just don't give it to the freaking toddler that's gonna put it in his mouth. How about that? Like everyone else does. Ah. Right. I really can't believe it. Like, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. You're gonna do this image in grayscale. Africa banned dictionaries. What? Why? man. The Ice Bucket Challenge was banned, made for charity, was banned from the US, and Donald Trump is telling me it's difficult to ban guns. Yep. Indeed. Okay, I'm gonna BRB for a second. I should put it on here. Yeah. BRB. Yo, I'm back. Sounds like we're surrounded by hypocrites. Yep. The thing is, like, what really annoys me is people are just like, oh, that's the way it is, you can't change it. Yes, you can. Man, can you imagine if this was done a few years earlier? These deaths could have been prevented if people spoke about it. It's not hard. It really isn't that hard. Speak about it. The more people you speak to about it, the more chance that you'll speak to someone who can do something about it. It's not a difficult choice. It's something that should happen. I'm not, oh geez. Zoomed in too far. I'm not gonna color and shade it in anymore because I feel it might lose its impact. I am, however, gonna do the whites of the eyes. Oh man, I literally can't deal with the ignorance of people. It's just the absolute blind ignorance just because you have the power to change things. You do. You just need to start talking to the right people. You need to start getting your voice heard. Oh my fucking god. This is something I'm really, really strongly about. It's just, it does wind me up. I'm gonna use red for the writing. It's very impactful. Let's not have Comic Sans. That's what I use for comics, obviously. There's a 1 in a million chance of it happening where you live as well. But people, if they're murdered in cold blood offense. Yeah, actually, there has been. There's been a murder in the town I literally live in a few days ago. Not days ago, a few weeks ago. And what happens? People start restricting the law. Straight away. This is the thing that's done straight away. Stuff happens, we're like, oh, that could have been prevented. How could it have been prevented? Oh yeah, we do more things to stop people going crazy. How about we work on preventing that event from happening rather than preparing for that event to happen? It works a lot better. It's worked for every other country that's had a mass shooting in a school. Enforce the law. Exactly. But the thing is like, this kid for this shooting, the law was told several times by teachers, by the school, by students. The warnings were there, but the Lord doesn't at the moment have the right to take away his guns, because in the Second Amendment you have the right to bear arms, whether you're mentally unstable or not, apparently. It's not hard to do these, but you want to know why it's hard for the government to put this in? Because they like money. They like being funded for their campaigns. They like having the vote of those that have money. It's not to protect your rights. It's got nothing to do with the Second Amendment. It's got to do with money. They use it as an excuse because they know it fucking works. And it does fucking work. They've literally managed to split non-gun lovers and gun lovers when we all want the same thing. People not to die. It's not hard. Just... It just worries me as well that in your base laws that can't be changed because someone said it can't be changed ever is something that is in the second one of it as well, the right to bear arms. It worries me that an entire country's gone, everyone can have the right to have a gun. There's no specifications in that law. Just think about that. Everyone has the right to have a gun. Like, this might be fine for the sane people that want to use it for hunting or going down a shooting range. Not everyone in your country's sane, by the way. And the larger your group of people that you're working with, the more chance you're gonna have someone that's not quite all there. It can't be that hard. The only reason that it's hard for these guys is because they have money. They're getting funded for this shit. Why are you defending people that are getting funded to let this continue? No, just... It's so sad. Some of the posters as well that people have made of just like SOS, made up of the names of the people that have died. Like, I don't know if that actually sinks in with people. Like, Ejusashi. So, thank you. It's just awful. How many more people are gonna die because you can't change a thing that was made in a time when it made sense? Laws change. They have to be changeable. That's the whole point of them. If you don't have laws that change, you have ridiculous shit like this, where people stand by the laws that were made 100 years ago. Do you know, it's actually legal. Like, this hasn't been changed because it hasn't needed to be changed. There's a legal law in the UK that allows someone from Yorkshire to shoot someone that is invading, that they see as invading, with a bow and arrow, with a longbow. Do you know why this law has not been removed or changed? Because no one's taken a longbow to someone. That is when a law doesn't really need to be changed. It's just kind of there. You don't need to pay all the money. It costs a lot of money to get laws changed. You need it looked by a lot of people. You need congressional approval. You need political approval. That law doesn't need to be changed. It doesn't need the £10,000 spent on it to change that law, because it's not being used as a weapon. It could be. Someone could do that, and I can guarantee you, as soon as someone does that, they will spend that £10,000 or so to get that law removed. If it was a law that wasn't affecting people's lives, people wouldn't care. The reason that people flip out over this is because the shooters that are shooting are using this law to shoot. If there were mass killings going on with someone in a longbow in Yorkshire, even if the people were treading on their property, you can guarantee that that law would be changed so quickly. And everyone's longbows would be confiscated until they pass a test of some sort, and they have to renew that test every year. But you know who wouldn't be complaining? The archers you're taking the longbows from, because holy shit, that person's just killed someone with the weapon that I use for fun. I can't stress that enough. Like, why are you hugging on to an inanimate object? I just don't understand. Why is it in the Constitution to begin with? It's to stop the government from taking over and owning its people. Let me think now. That's happening right now, guys. Your amendment that's meant to stop the government controlling its people to the point of people dying, that amendment that's there, it's not very useful, is it? Maybe we should change it and come with the times and not let every fucker have a gun. I just don't understand. I really don't. Why people, like, I've never seen it anywhere else, that a country is so focused on the laws in such a way. You would not see that anywhere else. If a weapon was killing someone, and it was written in the law that people had the right to bear arms and that, in every other country, that would be changed in an instant. But for some reason, it's ingrained in every generation that because it's in the law, it means it's important. Because the law can't be changed, it means it's important and you're allowed to have it, therefore should have it. No. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And just because it is there doesn't mean it can't be changed. The original freaking Constitution that was written up was full of freaking contradictions, which is why you have amendments. Go use an amendment to start doing gun control. It's not hard, people. It really isn't. Holy shit. I just don't understand. I want to find this girl's speech again. I put it on my Discord. This one. Let's watch it on YouTube. Let's go watch this speech. This girl is freaking amazing.
I know this looks like a lot, but these
Hang on. Okay. Fuck me.
They haven't already had a moment of silence in the House of Representatives, so I would like to have another one. Thank you. Every single person up here today, all these people should be at home grieving. But instead, we are up here, standing together because if all our government and president can do is send thoughts and prayers, then it's time for victims to be the change that we need to see.
Post-David. Okay.
Since the time of the founding fathers and since they added
We're
the
gonna watch
Second
this
Amendment
now.
to the Constitution, our guns have developed at a rate that leaves me dizzy. The guns have changed and the laws have not. We certainly do not understand why it should be harder to make plans with friends on weekends than it is to buy an automatic or semi-automatic weapon. In Florida, to buy a gun, you do not need a permit, you do not need a gun license, and once you buy it, you do not need to register it. You do not need a permit to carry a concealed rifle or shotgun. You can buy as many guns as you want at one time. I read something very powerful to me today. It was from the point of view of a teacher, and I quote, "When adults tell me I have the right to own a gun, all I can hear is, my right to own a gun outweighs your student's right to live. All I can hear is mine, 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 mine." Instead of worrying about our AP Gov Chapter 16 test, we have to be studying our notes to make sure that our arguments based on politics and political history are watertight. The students of this school have been having debates on guns for what feels like our entire lives. AP Gov had about 3 debates this year. Some discussions on the subject even occurred during the shooting while students were hiding in the closets. The people involved right now, those who were there, those posting, those tweeting, those doing interviews and talking to people, are being listened to for what feels like the very first time about this topic that has come up over 1,000 times in the past 4 years alone. I found out today that there's a website called shootingtracker.com. Nothing in the title suggests that it is exclusively tracking the USA's shootings, and yet, does it need to address that? Because Australia had one mass shooting in 1999 and Port Arthur massacre introduced gun safety, and they haven't had one since.
Why does it work for every other country and not America? You need to start asking yourself that.
Japan has never had a mass shooting. Canada has had 3, and the UK had 1, and they both introduced gun control, and yet here we are, with websites dedicated to recording these tragedies so that they can be formulated into statistics at your convenience. I watched an interview this morning and noticed that one of the questions was, do you think your children will have to go through other school shooter drills? And our response is that our neighbors will not have to go through other school shooter drills when we have had our say with the government, and maybe the adults have gotten used to saying it is what it is, but if us students have learned anything, it's that if you don't study, you will fail. And in this case, if you actively do nothing, people continually end up dead. So it's time to start doing something.
This girl is fucking amazing. Really is.
We are going to be the kids that you read about in textbooks. Not because we are going to be another statistic about mass shootings in America, but because, just as David said, we are going to be the last mass shooting. Just like Tinker v. Des Moines, we are going to change the law. That's going to be Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in that textbook, and it's all going to be due to the tireless effort of the school board, the faculty members, the family members, and most importantly, the students. The students who are dead, the students still in the hospital, the students who are now suffering from PTSD. The students
How can you not want change?
the vigil because the helicopters who wouldn't leave us alone, hovering over the school 24 hours a day. There has been one tweet that I would like to call attention to. So many signs that the Florida shooter was mentally disturbed, even expelled for bad and erratic behavior. Neighbors and classmates knew he was a big problem, must always report such instances to authorities again and again. We did, time and time again. Since he was in middle school, it was no surprise to anyone who knew him to hear that he was the shooter. Those talking about how we should have not ostracized him, you didn't know this kid. Okay, we did. We know that they're claiming that there are mental health issues, and I am not a psychologist, but we need to pay attention to the fact that this isn't just a mental health issue. He wouldn't have harmed that many students with a knife. How about we stop blaming the victims for something that was the shooter's fault? The fault of the people who let him buy the guns in the first place, those at the gun shows, the people who encouraged him to buy accessories for his guns to make them fully automatic, the people who didn't take them away from him when they knew that he expressed homicidal tendencies. And I am not talking about the FBI. I am talking about the people that he lived with. I'm talking about the neighbors who saw him outside holding guns. If the president wants to come up to me and tell me to my face that it was a terrible tragedy and how it should never have happened, and maintain telling us how nothing is going to be done about it, I'm going to happily ask him how much money he received from the National Rifle Association.
How is it still a problem? Why is this?
Because I already know.
I don't.
$9 million. And divided by the number of gunshot victims in the United States in the 1.5 months in 2018 alone, that comes out to being $5,800. Is that how much these people are worth to you, Trump? If you don't do anything to prevent this from continuing to occur, that number of gunshot victims will go up, and the number that they are worth will go down. And we will be worthless to you. To every politician who is taking donations from the NRA, shame on you.
So powerful. I know, exactly. She does fucking amazingly, and she shouldn't have to. But she's a fucking amazing person, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
If your money was as threatened as us, would your first thought be, how is this going to reflect on my campaign? Which should I choose? Or would you choose us? And if you answered us, will you act like it for once? You know what would be a good way to act like it? I have an example of how not to act like it. In February of 2017, 1 year ago, President Trump repealed an Obama-era regulation that would have made it easier to block the sale of firearms to people with certain mental illnesses.
Baby, okay.
From the interactions that I had had with the shooter before the shooting and the information that I currently know about him, I don't really know if he was mentally ill, but I wrote this before I heard what Delaney said. Delaney said that he was diagnosed. I don't need a psychologist, and I don't need to be a psychologist to know that repealing that regulation was a really dumb idea. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa was the sole sponsor on this bill that stops the FBI from performing background checks on people adjudicated to be mentally ill, and now he's stating for the record, well, it's a shame that the FBI isn't doing background checks on these mentally ill people. Well, duh! You took that opportunity away last year! The people in the government who are voting into power are lying to us. And us kids seem to be the only ones who notice and are prepared to call BS. Companies trying to make caricatures of the teenagers nowadays, saying that all we are is self-involved and trend-obsessed, and they hush us into submissions when our message doesn't reach the ears of the nation, we are prepared to call BS. Politicians who sit in their gilded House and Senate seats funded by the NRA telling us nothing could have ever been done to prevent this, we call BS. They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. We call BS. They say a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun. We call BS. They say guns are just tools like knives and are as dangerous as cars. We call BS. No, they say that no laws could have been able to prevent the hundreds of senseless tragedies that have occurred. We call BS. That us kids don't know what we're talking about, that we're too young to understand how the government works. We call BS. If you agree, register to vote. Contact your local congresspeople. Give them a piece of your mind.
That's the thing. That's the most important thing is if you can do something, then go do something about it. And you can, if you can vote, register to vote, and frickin' vote. And if you can register to vote, that means you can talk to your congressman and tell them that you are not happy. Tell them this isn't acceptable. It is not acceptable for people to die. Just because of a fucking firearm. I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again from those that like guns and want to keep their gun. When we say we want to ban guns, let me put this real slowly for you so you can understand, because I'm getting rather pissed now. We don't mean to take everyone's gun away. When we say to ban guns and put higher regulations on it, is to be like every other fucking country that has had this tragedy happen, and look, the people do not have a mass murder every fucking month. How does that not get through people's thick skulls? We are not against each other. We want to stop the mass murderings from happening. What we don't want to do is take away your fucking toy. Seriously. Regulations need to be put in place. When someone that doesn't like guns says we want to ban guns, what we're not saying is to take your fucking toy away from you. We are telling you to pressure those that have given you that fucking gun to in the first place to stop it from giving it to psychopaths. Background checks, licenses, declaring that you have a gun, things like that that have been put in place in other countries, and it fucking works. Do you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't take away everyone's fucking gun. How many times are you going to say this? I am absolutely livid that this is the one argument that keeps fucking cropping up. Oh, you can't take away everyone's gun. It's my right to have a gun because it's in the Second Amendment. That's not what we're saying. For fuck's sake. Seriously fucking get to me. Higher regulations need to be put in place. They don't be put in place if you keep defending the need to have a fucking gun. When the more you give these arguments like, oh, a knife can do just as much damage as a pistol can, the more times you do that, the more fuel you give to the people that are making money from this bullshit. Seriously. Like, literally, the more times you try to defend so hard to have this gun, to have the right to have a gun, the more times you do that, and the more times you're like, no, you can't take away everyone's gun. The more times you say that, the more fuel you're adding to the fire for the other people that are maliciously making money from this thing. Literally all they care about is producing more stock, selling more stock. They don't give a rat's ass that it's your hobby. They don't care. What they care is that they're getting money from you and thousands of other people. It's just, oh my freaking God. Seriously, the more times you defend your right to have a gun, the harder it is for regulations to be put in place. If you want regulations, start talking about the regulations. Don't start talking about, oh, but you can't take a gun away from everyone. We already fucking know that. Not everyone's gun in every other country has been taken away. Why don't you freaking-stand? I'm gonna swear a lot, and I'm sorry, but this is really freaking frustrating. Like, oh. It should have been done ages ago. These deaths could have been prevented. They could have not been so freaking horrific. If you had the same stuff that was in other countries regulatory-wise, then this guy that had been expelled from school probably would already been in a prison cell. And he would most certainly not have any fucking weapons in his house that he could take to school and kill people with. Just stop defending the right to have a gun and start focusing on why crazy people have them and stopping that. And making more people have guns because they're good guys does not help. Like I said before, killing someone is seriously traumatic. It fucks up your head, whether you're doing it for the right reasons or not. Literally, I've had friends that have gone into the RAF and into the army and stuff like that. They don't come back the same person. They are haunted by the people they kill. And they strongly believe, even to this day, that they did the right thing, but that death is still on their hands. That blood is still there. It still stains them. It doesn't wash away. So giving more guns to people like teachers that aren't even freaking trained for combat? You want to train them all up? Really? It fucks up your soldiers, and they get trained for years to do that. And you want to give it to the civilians? No, that is obviously not the freaking answer. Adding more guns is not the answer. Restrictions, putting in stuff where you have to say that you have a weapon, and you have to register it, and register that you have it, and have the license, and prove that you have the license. And if you go into a freaking gun show, you get freaking asked about it. And you have to show it. And if you are found giving or selling someone a gun that hasn't shown you their license and had their background checks and follows all the regulations, that's a criminal act, and you go to jail for it. How about doing something like that? Because, like, what is going on is not enough. And it's just, it's so frustrating. Absolutely so frustrating. I don't understand why people are fighting so hard for something as stupid as the ownership of a gun. Why is an entire country got like that? Seriously, guys, no other country is like that. I feel like making a charity for this, but I don't know. There's probably already charities out there for this. I would have a look. But just being heard and just spreading it around, it is good. It is enough because people get heard. And it's so important for people to get heard. Oh, my word. I want to listen to her do the bullshit speech again.
BS.
That was before then.
Grassley of Iowa was the sole sponsor on this bill that stops the FBI from performing background checks on people adjudicated to be mentally ill, and now he's stating for the record, well, it's a shame that the FBI isn't doing background checks on these mentally ill people. Well, duh! You took that opportunity away last year! The people in the government who are voted into power are lying to us, and us kids seem to be the only ones who notice and are prepared to call BS. Companies trying to make caricatures of the teenagers nowadays, saying that all we are is self-involved and trend-obsessed. And they hush us into submissions when our message doesn't reach the ears of the nation. We are prepared to call BS. Politicians who sit in their gilded House and Senate seats funded by the NRA telling us nothing could have ever been done to prevent this. We call BS.
Oh man, go away. It's just, I really, it really does grate on me. Loud banging noises. Oh man. After I finish this picture, I'm gonna stop streaming, but then wait a bit and start streaming again. I'm gonna play a game and actually just calm down for a bit because I've been really wound up these last few weeks and days, and especially today. Just because this topic is going round and round and round, and I have the same arguments thrown at me, and it's really getting stupid now. So, yeah. I just want to get more of this down. Yeah.
Politicians who sit in their gilded House and Senate seats funded by the NRA telling us nothing could have ever been done to prevent this. We call BS. They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease.
Come on, YouTube.
Gun violence. We call
Gun violence. My computer also needs a restart at some point, so I might do that in a minute.
BS. They say a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a
Come on, computer. There you go.
the gun. We call BS. They say guns are just tools like knives.
I'm gonna have to spell this. Check this in a minute. I can't spell for shit.
And are as dangerous as cars. We call BS. No, they say that no laws could have been able to prevent the hundreds of senseless tragedies that have occurred. We call BS. That us kids don't know what we're talking about, that we're too young to understand how the government works. We call BS. If you agree, register to vote. Contact your local congresspeople.
Finished. Come on. Okay. I was gonna see how spelling was, because I can't spell. Oh, geez. I'm still getting the same argument over and over again. Can't change the law. That's what regulations are for. If it's so difficult, maybe you should add an amendment. is this? Did you just make this? Oh man. Cool. I need to go look for a video. This was let's watch this a second. This was before Trump actually came into power. I'm just gonna give the link to someone else as well.
I'm looking for a quiet place to
This is Misha Collins.
To record a little video because my children can be a little bit noisy. I recently went to a Donald Trump rally and things got pretty crazy.
I've never been that close to riot police, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking.
But before I tell you the rest of that story, I wanted to talk for a moment about my experience there. I went to the Donald Trump rally not really thinking about what I was going to do. I thought maybe I would make a little video, I'd interview some people, they'd say some crazy things, and it'd be kind of funny, and people would laugh at it, which is kind of how I've been thinking about Donald Trump throughout the election cycle. Like, I mean, he's a crazy guy, and he is fodder for a lot of comedic material, and so let's have at it. Well, I got to the rally and I interviewed a lot of people. And
security, it's exciting. All right, hi Will, hi Steve, I'm Misha.
Hi.
And what is it about Trump that's drawn you out? What is it that excites you about him?
He wants to make America great again.
I think that a lot of the people who are here are of the opinion that the way to make America great again is to get foreigners who don't speak English out of our country and, you know, potentially nuke them if need be.
Can you tell the Middle East we're not using a nuclear weapon?
I would never say that. I would never take any of my cards off the table.
How about Europe? We won't use it in Europe.
I'm not going to take it off the table.
You might use it in Europe? Use a nuclear weapon in Europe.
I am not taking cards off the table.
A lot of people have said there's no situation, no matter what, that I would ever drop, detonate a nuclear bomb. But Trump has not said that. He's sort of left a crack, left it like, yeah, there's a possibility that I might, in some situation, do that. What do you think about that?
I'm okay with that.
Trump has sort of suggested, you know what?
How are you okay with dropping nukes on people?
Categorically, that I would never use a nuclear. He hasn't said that he would categorically never use a nuclear.
You should never categorically have him for. You should never take it off the table.
I felt compelled, or I feel compelled, to take a different tack with this little video that I'm posting. I actually want to talk about how that experience shook me up.
What is it about illegal immigrants? What are they bringing to the country right now that is a detriment?
They are no longer assimilating. They no longer speak English.
English is the #1 language. They need to be speaking English first.
Immigration is a big issue.
Yes. You got to put locks on the doors, or you'll have anybody in your house.
I think Donald Trump is the embodiment of a lot of pent-up rage. A lot of people feeling like they've been treated unfairly, and a lot of people feeling like they want a better life for themselves, and they're looking for someone to blame.
Total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
We have to stop them from destroying us, or we're going to get destroyed.
He has no qualms.
Americans are destroying themselves because they can't regulate fucking guns.
The kind of thing that leads to war.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
And it is completely unacceptable for a president or even a presidential candidate of this country to be espousing those kind of views.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Adolf Hitler of North America. Those guys, it's hard to point. Those guys up there, they're snipers. Craziness.
Trump's got a good idea. Put the fear of God into everybody. We're willing to deport everybody, Syrians, everybody. We need to have everybody scared of America.
It is full of hatred and generalizations and intense oversimplification of really complex things.
It's also completely unacceptable for a presidential candidate to be talking about how waterboarding, which is torture.
I said, yes, I would bring back waterboarding, and I'd make it a hell of a lot worse.
What do you think of waterboarding, Mr. Trump? I said, I think it's great. I think it's just fine.
Pro-waterboarding. This is actually kind of scary.
I am certainly going to actively oppose Donald Trump's candidacy, and I would encourage you to not be apathetic. Don't be complacent. Get out there and make sure that something, make sure we don't wind up with this fuckhead in our White House.
As great as that video was, Misha, it didn't quite work. You still have fuckhead in the White House. Oh man. It's just absolutely ridiculous why I don't understand. No other country is like this. And the #1 response to go against doing anything about the laws is, oh, it won't work. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Yes, you fucking can. It's worked with every other fucking country. Seriously. If you honestly believe that you can't control whether a psychopath has a gun or not, You have a serious problem. How are you not fucking terrified? I just don't understand. Like, the people that say that as well are people that have been convinced by other people that nothing can be done. You've eaten their lies. Stuff can be done. You've just been subdued into thinking you can't do anything. You can. So many people have. So many people have done stuff. Like, I'm gonna put this here because I have a feeling that people might steal it. But I'm gonna make it really light. Super light. .4% occupancy. That works. Alright, anyway, I think this is done. Again, I'm really sorry. Hi, welcome back to the stream fail. Again, really sorry for this. 2 freaking serious streams in a row, but both needed to be discussed. So, yeah. I'm now gonna post this. I'm gonna export PNG. I'm gonna post it everywhere. I'm gonna call it Sashi Says. Oh shit. Yeah. Alright, I hope that's readable and everything. Okay. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna stop stream now. I'm gonna restart my computer. I'm gonna post this everywhere, and then I'll stream something nice. I will stream Danganronpa, which was I say something nice, and that's apparently is like I think it's like a murder detective series. It'll be nicer than this. I promise. But yeah, I've heard good things about it. I'm gonna play the demo, so that hopefully won't be too long. And yeah, just if you see stuff, please educate yourself. Don't take just one video and stick with whatever they say in the video. Don't take this video and stick with whatever I've said in the video. Go research yourself. See it for yourself. Go see the different sides of it. Listen to people when they have different arguments. See the flaws or the pros and cons with their arguments. Try and explain it to them. Don't get angsty at people. Don't yell at people when they don't understand. Don't yell at me when I don't understand, because I really don't understand. I'm absolutely like freaking gobsmacked by how much people defend. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by how much people defend the need to have something when it's not even being taken away from them. It's being taken away from crazy people. Can we just... can it not be a versus thing? It doesn't have to be a versus thing. I think we can all agree that someone that is willing to shoot a lot of kids should not be allowed a gun. Let's work to stop that from happening rather than prepare for the scenario where it does happen. Share on the stuff that you see. and form your own opinions from it and such, but please raise awareness. If this needs to be talked about more, it can't just be left alone. There's already been 1,000 cases of gun crime in the last 4 years, probably more, and those are just the reported ones. That's not when people have been covering it up and shit, because they don't want bad reputation in that. Just come on, guys. Let's talk about it, get our shit together, and make them do something about it. And by do something, I don't mean arm every frickin' person in the world. Just, oh, it grates on me. It grates on me so much that the answer to a problem is to add more of the thing that initially is helping the problem. I'm not gonna say cause the problem, because guns don't cause problems. It is the mentally insane people that will press the trigger that cause the problems, but you're making it easy. Why are we making it easy for them? Like, I heard a load of people going, oh yeah, but you can like stab up a load of people. It takes fucking long time compared to an automatic gun to stab up a lot of people of the same number. Yes, those cases will arise because those people are fucking nuts. But why are we making it easy? Yes, you can kill the same amount of people with fertilizer, but what to make that, you have to go through all the trouble of finding out how to do it. Stop making it easy. Make the fucking insane people be creative. Maybe we'll have more time to catch them so they can be helped or put into somewhere where they're not gonna hurt everyone. But stop blindingly defending something that isn't even being said. America, we're just asking you to be like every other fucking country. We're not asking you to all give up your guns, because every other country hasn't. We still have guns. There's just laws and there's licenses. There's regulations, stuff that you can put in. Everyone else has. And if you haven't, there's something broken with your system. Change it. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Hey, I think I'm done ranting. I've been doing this for over 3 hours. If you have managed to stay all this way, thank you. Thank you for bearing with me, and I'm just absolutely gobsmacked still. Like, put someone else's life before your own. I don't understand how you can't put someone else's life before your own. But yes, thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to share on this picture if everyone else can do the same. People need to start looking into this. You guys need to start researching, need to start telling people about it. This needs to be heard now. It's not something that the entire world can just turn their head and go, oh God, America, lol, look at them being dysfunctional. No, let's stop the senseless killing. We can do it by making more people heard, make them understand, make the victims heard. We can make a difference. We really can. So, yeah. Again, thank you for joining me on the stream of Fail. I will be streaming in a bit, so keep an eye on this space. I'm gonna have some food in there as well, because it's 2 o'clock and I've not eaten. Fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Bye-bye.